And now, topic 5, hobbies.
Yes. Hobby.
And before we watch our video, as usual, we will get to know the new words first. Okay.
So, yes, I don't find any new word.
Okay, and right now it's time for us to watch our video again. Let's start.
Yes.
Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I have several.
Really? Please, tell me more about your hobbies.
Well, I do like to collect things.
Really? What do you like to collect?
I like to collect stamps.
Really? Where do you collect stamps from?
I collect stamps from all over the world.
Why do you do that?
Because eventually, I hope to have a stamp from every country.
Why do you want all of those stamps?
Well, I think it's because I won't be able to go to those countries myself.
Oh, what is another hobby of yours?
I collect beer.
Pardon me? You collect beer?
Well, actually, I collect beer cans.
Okay. Where'd you get the cans from?
From every place that I travel to.
Do you drink the beer?
Nah, I'm not a beer drinker.
Oh, I see.
What about you? What are your hobbies?
Well, I like to read a lot.
Really? What do you read about?
I like to read about bestsellers, and I like to read a lot about science, too.
What kind of science do you read about?
A variety of topics, but I especially like to read about nature and about electronics.
Fascinating. Why do you like to read so much?
Well, I think it helps me exercise my brain.
Well, that's a good reason, if it doesn't make you too tired.
Yeah, and right now, back into our lesson today.
Yeah.
Right now it's time for you to illustrate for me first.
Yes. Do you have any hobbies? Yes, I have several. Really? Please tell me more about your hobbies. Well, I do like to collect things. Really? What do you like to collect? I like to collect stamps. Really? Where do you collect stamps from?
Hold on. Remember, collect. It's not collect. This is collect.
Yes, collect.
We got
Collect.
nt sound, two ending sounds for fork, and second for t sound. Collect.
Collect. Yes. Really? Where do you collect stamps from? I collect stamps from all over the world. Why did you do that? Because eventually I hope to have a stamp from every country. Why do you want all of those stamps? Well, I think it's because I won't be able to go to those countries myself.
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 Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is another hobby of yours? I collect
Of your. Of.
yours.
We get of. the sound
Oh,
of
yes.
yours.
Oh, what is another hobby of yours? Of yours? I collect beer. Pardon me, you collect beer? Well, actually, I collect beer cans. Okay, where where to uh, where to get the cans from? From every place that I travel to. Do you drink the beer? No, I'm not the beer drinker. Oh, I see. What what about you? What are your hobbies? Well, I like to read a lot. Really? What do you read about? I like to read about bestsellers, and I like to read a lot about science too. Um, what kind of science do you read about? A variety of topics, but I especially like to read about nature and about electronics. Fascinating. Why do you like to read so much? Well, I think it helps me exercise my brain. Well, that's a good reason. If it doesn't make you too tired.
Yeah, okay. And now for the word beer. Repeat after me. Beer.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and read it again. Well, actually, I collect beer cans.
Uh, uh, actually. Wow. Wow, actually, I collect beer cans.
Cans. Got a Z sound. We got a Z sound with the S at the end of
Cans.
the word. Cans.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
can.
I collect beer cans.
Wow, actually, I collect beer cans.
Okay, and from every place. From every place.
Place. Yeah, from every place that I travel to.
Place.
Place,
No,
place, place,
just S sound.
place.
Okay, from every
Yeah,
place that I travel to.
from every place, from every place that I travel to.
No, just place. It's not place.
Place,
This is place.
place, 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 place,
Okay.
place,
Science.
place, place, place,
Okay,
place,
and the next look at the slide, okay, on your screen. Science.
science, science, science,
Okay. Bestsellers.
best sellers, but best sellers,
Variety.
variety, variety, variety,
Fascinating.
fascinating, fascinating, fascinating,
And now, exercise.
exercise, exercise, exercise,
Remember the Z sound at the end. Produce the Z sound again for me.
yes, for
Produce the Z sound again for me.
yes, cans, cans,
Exercise.
exercise, 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 exercise,
This must be longer. This must be
exercise,
longer. Okay.
Yes. I can make the recess longer.
You should do it.
Exercise. Yes. Exercise.
Right here, you can see the, where is it? From all over the world. From all over the world.
From all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world.
All over the world. All over the world.
Yeah, and now it's time for us to move on to the next 4 questions about the new words. With the questions about the new words here, we have 6 questions first. With question number 1, what do you like doing in your free time?
Yes, in my free time, I love reading. I love reading, listening to music, cooking, and hang out with friends.
Yeah, what kind of books do you like?
Yes, I like reading books about about society, about people, about famous people.
And number 2, do you have any interesting hobbies?
Interesting. Yes, I think all of my hobbies are interesting.
Why?
Because I feel
Specifically.
specific. Because when I do my hobbies, I feel relaxed and happy.
And?
Yes. Besides, I can enrich my knowledge about the life.
How about badminton, cooking?
Actually, this is a quite strange question for me. Any interesting hobbies?
Yeah, interesting hobbies. Maybe for you, it is interesting hobbies. Why? Because you spend a day. You can spend a day or many hours doing that hobby. And for example, when you read book, okay, when you read book and you see the world through the books, and you see many interesting things, and for example, and you list the example, you list all the things that you have learned from that book. And for example, cooking, you know that cooking is something. Some people say that cooking is kind of boring, but for you, you think that cooking is really interesting because this is a mix of ingredients. Okay, the mix of ingredients, and you can do by yourself, and you have to create a new thing, and this stimulate your creation.
Oh yes, I see. I understand.
There are a lot of things. If you see your hobby is really interesting, yeah, a lot of things to say.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, okay. Right now, again, do you have any interesting hobbies?
Yes, I have. For example, reading books. Yes, I can I can know more about the culture of people in all over the world, and maybe cooking. Yes, cooking can help me. Can help me. Um, can help me keep a good health and Yes, and sometimes it's make me relax when I do some new dishes.
Okay, and then for number 3, what words or phrases can we use to show you our hobbies? Give examples.
Word first and phrase. There, like, love, look like, fancy.
How about phrases?
Phrases. Phrases. Be a fan. Be a fan of. Oh, sorry. I I can list some more.
Okay, to talk about hobbies, we have a lot of things as well as phrases or expression that you can use to express your hobbies. Okay, for example, the first that to be fond of. Remember?
Fond of, yeah, to be fond of.
To be
To be fond of.
something. To be fond of something. Next, for to be keen on.
To be keen on, yes.
A fan,
Fond
right? A fan of,
of, fan of, yes, a fan of.
or to be really into.
Really into.
Yeah, to be really into.
Yes,
Next,
and to be interested in.
to be interested in.
To be really into.
And for expression, how about the expressions?
To be passionate about.
Yes, absolutely. Or you could say that for the expression something is your cup of tea. You did learn it, right? You did learn it. You learned a lot from it. Or, yeah, as far as someone's or you, yeah, for someone's hobbies go. As far as my hobbies go, I really like something. As far as my hobbies go, I really like reading books, for example. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of things that you can use to express your interest on something.
Yes.
Number 4. What adjectives that can we use to describe hobby? To describe hobbies. Give examples.
Yeah, I think they are relaxed, happy, and creative.
Interesting, for example.
Yes, interesting, amazing.
Yeah, fascinating, amazing, interesting. Yeah, a lot of things. Next, for do you like collecting items? Share about it.
Yes, I do. I like collecting. I do like collect comics.
Share about it.
Yes. Actually, My collections is quite small. That it's just about um 30, 30, 30 comics book. Um, I um, I have I had it when I was teenager. Yes, and I keep it until now. I keep
Mm.
them until now. Yes.
Yeah, you keep them until now. And I guess that you really love comics, right? You really love comics.
Yes, when I was a kid, I read comics a lot, mostly a free time.
Mostly in my
In my
free time.
Yes, mostly my free time.
Now for number 5. Do you like collecting items? No, number 6, I'm sorry. What about reading books? Share about it.
Reading books. Yeah, I really reading books.
I? Really? Really what?
Yes, I really like reading books.
Or you could say that I'm really into reading books.
Yes, I'm really into reading books. Yes, I read every day was about half an hour or an hour in the evening. Because I feel relaxed after a working day. Yes, I learn more from the books, and I I think I will yes I will read English book in the future.
Okay, yeah, you could say that instead of using just because, you can say that there are many reasons that make me love reading books. For example, or you could say that first, third, second, first, second, third, or finally something's okay. Or you could say that I find reading books is really interesting, and explain why. Why do you think it's really interesting? Okay. Or you can say that it brings me a lot of benefits. Okay?
Benefits, yes.
A lot of benefits. Improving my knowledge is one at the top of its benefits.
Yes.
Oh, okay. A lot of things that you can use, a lot of
Yeah.
structure that you did learn it before.
Yes. Extremely.
Next. Discussion. Talk about your hobbies. What sort of hobbies do you have?
What sort of sorry, I can understand the questions. Can you help me explain?
What kind of hobbies do you have? For example, cooking, reading, gardening. What kind of hobbies do you have?
Yes. What kind of? Yes, I love reading books, listening to music. Yes, watching, watching cooking, and doing exercise. Hanging out with friends is okay. Yes, that's all.
And why do you like that?
Um, yes, because it brings me happiness and relax nerves. Relax note is now bright. Relax. It helps me feel relaxed, happy, and happy after a working day. Besides, I can learn from my hobbies.
You can learn a lot from your hobby.
Yeah.
Now, for more questions about hobbies, okay? So writing the hobbies, the topic hobbies, we have a lot of things to say as well as to do. And right now, more questions about hobbies to get to know more about your hobbies, and hobbies are really interesting. You can say that it plays a very important part of your life, because beside working, you have to take up some of, you can say that, put on some of hobbies, because it can help you to reduce or to release your stress during working for a very long time. Now let me see, we have 5 questions here. What is question number 1? What hobbies or free time activities are popular in your country, in our country?
Yes. I think they are going shopping, watching sports, playing sports, especially soccer.
Going shopping? Why do you think that going shopping is popular in our country?
Because in Vietnam there are so many market, supermarket, center, small. So because everyone like going shopping.
How about you? Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
We could say that it's kind of luxury, okay? Luxury hobby.
Luxury hobbies.
Yeah, luxury hobby. Because you have to spend a lot of money on your hobby. Right? You go shopping. And then you have to buy a lot of things.
But now I've there are many markets. There are many markets in on the trees, on the even onto the in the supermarket. You you will find a market.
You find a market in the supermarket. What do you mean?
They have yes, they have
In the supermarket, they have everything.
yes, but they have the space for retail shopper.
Yeah, okay, I see. Now, for number 2, is it important to have a hobby?
Yes, yes, it is. Hobbies is doing hobby is a way to balance
It's
yes,
a great way to balance. Balance what?
yes, balance life to balance daily life. Besides hard working, everyone need to relax, recharge the energy.
Oh, okay. And especially for the women, right? And now, number 3, why is it important for people to have free time activities?
To have free time activity. Yes, because because it's time for everyone relax relax on also also enhance their knowledge.
It's not only sometimes we can see that it's not only individual hobbies, it's for family or group of people, group of people activities, okay? And for some kind of hobby, you can see that is for a family hobby. For example, in the weekend, at the weekend, you can see that many members in the family, they do the same hobbies. For example, go on picnic or play some kind of sport. And I think it's really interesting, and that kind of hobby can help them to tighten up, okay, or to tighten up their relationship and make them closer together.
Yes, I see.
Next, for
Yes,
number four. Number four, is it harmful to spend too much time on a hobby?
Yes, it is. Because if one person has too much time too much time to do hobbies, is not good.
Yeah. Now for number five, what free time activities would you like to try in the future?
Yeah, I think I would like to learn how to play an instrument.
Yeah, what kind of musical instrument do you like?
Yes, I love organ. I love organ.
Okay. For me, I love violin. Um, in the future, I'm sure that I have to take the course and register that course to get to know how to play violin in the future. But I'm sure that I have to do that in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, for playing violin, I see that I have read many information on the internet, and they all say that playing violin is really difficult.
Yes. But I think a violin can be easy for to bring along.
Yeah, because it's small. It's kind of small, right?
It's small.
It is convenient for us to carry that instrument and go anywhere.
Yes, you can bring it with me to to a park. Yeah, to a park. You can you can sit on a bench, relax and play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
And
I think it's cool.
I love the sound produced from the violin, and this is the reason why I decided to see it as one of my hobbies in the future.
Yes.
Next we move to the next part for ambition.
Yes, I have just repair or has a lesson
Oh,
about two slides.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. And tomorrow we are gonna.
Yeah, actually, I like I like the I like the lesson about conversation.
But there are no conversation more for you. But I see that the topic 5 is really interesting. It's talking about hobbies, ambition, and something really practical. You can say that it's really practical for you, and this
Yeah.
can help you to improve your thinking.
Yeah. I can improve my pronunciation.
Yeah.
My speaking skills.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I find topic 9 is quite difficult.
Okay. Now for ambition, day 2, ambition. And before we get into know, then we watched our video again, and you can see that we have to learn this topic for 2 days. And so don't worry about that. With the first part, are there any things that you don't understand?
Yes, I don't understand. Expose. Yes, the word expose.
To show. To show. Expose. To show.
Show.
Yeah.
It means show.
Yes. Let's be honest, you were probably only exposed to select few jobs. Okay? Exposed to relax to show to relax to select few jobs. Does you just know some of the jobs, okay? For example, here just police officer, firefighter or fireman, astronaut, doctor, and princess. It's some kind of jobs you don't know a lot. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, I really love animals, especially for dogs and cats, but sometimes I really hate them.
Yes, I love animals, but I don't want to take care of any animal.
It's kind of noise pollution. Oh,
Yes.
okay, and now for the second part, how about the second part?
Oh, yes. Can you help me explain the word elite? Elite.
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 Okay.
Elite.
High status. High status.
High standard.
Yeah, high status. It's not standard, it is status.
High standard. High standard. Yes.
As kid, I thought teacher was an elite level of humans, that some kind of really good, okay, excellent person or people who possess infinite knowledge. How about possessed? You know the word possessed already, right?
Yes.
And the word infinite.
Average.
Infinite.
Infinite. Define.
No, infinite knowledge. In this situation, you can say the comprehensive knowledge. Possess comprehensive knowledge to someone kind of unrestricted knowledge. That in Vietnam, you can say that biết tuốt. Okay.
Yes.
Possess infinite knowledge, because as a kid, he or she thought that teachers were some kind of people who are very comprehensive, because every time you ask something, you ask your teacher about something, and they all know the answer, okay, and they always tell you and give you an answer. And so this is the reason why the author in this conversation, in this paragraph here, he or she thought that teacher was an elite level of human who possessed infinite knowledge. Got it?
Yes.
How about you? When you were a kid,
Yes, I also thought that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
also
you also
thought that
thought that?
when I was yes, and I think I can't I can't become a teacher
Mm-hmm.
because yes, because my knowledge is limited. Mm, yes, and I think I can't enhance my knowledge. I can't possess infinite knowledge.
Yeah. Okay, that's so good. No one can taste your dream. Okay. Now, they just just something that the author thought. This is not real. Okay. And they just know the next for intelligent and respected, you all know, right?
Yes.
Next for mundane. Mundane.
Yes. Mundane. Mundane means not interesting
Yeah, it's
and
not interesting.
exciting. Yes.
Yeah, Monday overhead. That's something is really boring. Category and verbatim.
Verbatim exactly as spoken or written.
Yeah, repeating exactly words that were used. Next for pertaining.
Pertaining, yes, pertaining. Oh, sorry, pertaining. Pertaining, it's mean, yes, can you help me explain it?
Okay, that's
I
something
don't
directly related to something. The quiz
know.
related to those notes. Okay,
Yes,
directly related to
relative.
those notes. And you question if there were even an influential.
Regurgitating.
Yeah, how about the word influential?
Influ, influ, influential, influential, influential. It means influence, influence.
Yeah.
About
Regurgitate. Okay, regurgitating. Regurgitating. What does it mean?
regurgitating. It means to repeat something you have heard or read without really thinking about it or understanding.
Yes, absolutely right.
It just in Vietnam it's called học Việt.
Yes, absolutely. Without thinking, without understanding.
Yes.
Next for pick.
Pick is means annoy or better feelings that you have usually because your pride has been hurt.
Okay, remember the thing. Pick someone interest or pick someone curiosity. It means that you make someone want to get more about something, want to get more about something. Okay? And remember, pick someone interest or pick someone curiosity. That means someone want to get to know more about something.
Yes. Yes, I see.
Next for stop and contribute.
Contribute means devote.
Excuse me? Means?
Contribute means devote.
Okay. Okay, move to the next part.
Oh, sorry. I have already prepared the first two slides.
Okay, and the next time we will get to know more. Okay, we will get to know more, but for the next part, I see that there are no new words. Yeah, I'm ready this time for us to watch our video again. Okay, to watch our video again. Let's start.
I'm sure most of you have been asked the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm sure half of you have replied with hot and famous, of course, but later realizing that maybe the world isn't ready for your hotness and that maybe you should reconsider something else. What's worse is that you've probably been asked that very question as early as when you were maybe 5 years old. I remember being 5 and being asked that, and when you were that age, let's be honest, you were probably only exposed to a select few jobs. A police officer, a firefighter, an astronaut, a doctor, a princess. I wanted to be a princess, but I figured the world wasn't ready for that, so I said I wanted to be a teacher. As a kid, I thought teachers were an elite level of humans who possessed infinite knowledge. They just know everything there is to know. I wanted their intelligence. I respected them, and I still do. Well, most anyway. Some do an amazing job at it, while others like to rely on reading mundane overhead projector notes verbatim and having weekly quizzes pertaining to those notes, and you question if there even is an influential teacher present, because what you're actually doing is just regurgitating data based on memory and not actually learning the practicality of the information you're being exposed to. But yeah, I wanted to be a teacher. But looking back, I think it was only because I didn't know there were thousands of other options that would pique my interest. And I think that's the issue of why a lot of us are stuck wondering what we want to do, and feel the pressures of possibly not being able to contribute to the society and the world. For a lot of you, your parents might have been a driving factor as to what you've chosen or will choose to be, while some may be the epitome of strict parenting where they try to mold what they want you to become since day one. Asian parents, I'm looking at you. Most are generally content with what you do in life, as long as you don't end up being a bum and amounting to nothing despite the privileges and opportunities available to you. And I can vouch for that. See, both of my parents were born and raised in the third world country of Philippines. They both grew up with 8 or so brothers and sisters, so you can assume wealth and luxury weren't aspects of their lives. But once they were adults, my parents knew they had to leave the country in search of a better life for themselves and their future children. I've mentioned before that I lived in Saudi Arabia for a few years, but that was just a stepping stone for moving to Canada. Actually, my parents were deciding between Canada and Australia, and they chose the former. Can you imagine an Aussie domics? Here's my attempt at offending the Australian accent. Crikey, that bam! A bloody good thing I reckon, mate! Sorry. But yeah, we moved to Canada. And being able to experience the immigration process with them, in retrospect, I can appreciate their efforts for seeking a better lifestyle. And I think a lot of second and third generation kids are just unaware of how good we have it. Our parents literally left the homeland of family and friends, left a lifestyle that they grew up with, to go to another land where they had to start over. A new and different land where they weren't necessarily familiar with the language and culture, but are willing to adapt for a better life for their children. My parents probably had less than half of the privileges I had growing up. As an adult now, I understood why my parents were so strict towards my sisters and I to focus on our studies, because there are way more career opportunities here than there were back in the homeland. It was their way of telling us that if we worked hard enough, we could be successful and live comfortably. Not necessarily become rich, but not have to face the struggles of potential poverty as it was back home. So I understood my parents' concerns when I came home with a bad grade on the test, and they were probably like, shit, did we come all the way here for nothing? A little harsh and exaggerated, but I wouldn't blame them if they actually thought that. A little self-awareness for y'all who think your parents don't love ya. I've mentioned before how my parents kind of discouraged my ambition to become an artist, and how we met halfway when they let me study architecture. It seemed unfair at the time, yes, but I understood their perspective and preconceived notion of the starving artist.
Yeah, some kind of really funny, but you can say the real situation, right? Real circumstance in the real life. Yeah.
That's
Um,
very interesting.
yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, and right now it's time for you to read again.
Yes. Yes, the speaker too fast for
Yeah.
me to.
He says
Yes,
really fast, and so this is the reason why you have to speed up your speech.
yes. I'm sure most of you have been asked the questions, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm sure half of you have replied with hard and famous, of course. But later
Of
realizing
course.
that,
For
of
example, of
course,
course. Okay, and for here, you can speak faster. For example, I'm sure most of you have been asked the question, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I'm sure half of you have replied this hard and famously, of course. Okay.
famous, of course, yes. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But later realizing that maybe the world isn't ready for your honest and that maybe you should reconsider something else. What's worse is that you probably been asked that very questions as early as when you were maybe 5 years old. I remember being 5 and being asked that,
Being
and
five.
when
Being
being
five.
5 and being asked that, and when you were that age, let's be honest, you were probably only exposed to a select few jobs, a a police officer, a firefighter, astronaut, a doctor, a princess. I wanted to be a princess, but I figured the world the world wasn't ready for that. So I said I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay. Here. This is the
And
reason why you have to focus on the final sound,
fine,
for example. Okay, if you
fine,
just say fine, and how can you distinguish? Okay, distinguish two sound, lots of words here. Fine,
five, fine,
five, and fight.
fine, five, fine, fight,
And so
five.
this is the reason why you have to produce. You have to focus on your ending sounds.
Yes, I understand. Five, fine, and fight.
Yeah, it's just singular word, but in a sentence,
Yes,
it's
when
more
it is a
important.
sentence, I usually prompt it.
Yeah, and the world, for example. But I figured the world wasn't ready for that. The world, the world.
World, 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 world.
It's word. It's not kind of, you don't have it to say word. It's kind of really,
World,
yeah,
world,
word, word.
world,
But I figured the
world.
word wasn't ready for that. I said it. Sorry, I said I wanted to be a teacher. So I said I want to be a teacher. Yeah,
So I
I think that you need more time to prepare this lesson beforehand. Okay, you need more time to do that. With the next part, with the third part as well as the fourth part, as well as the questions, all kind of question. Remember not to draft the final sounds of the word, okay, because it's really important, and the ways for you to speed up your speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you and see you tomorrow.
See ya.